Hello, everyone. It's me. Today I'm doing a live commentary to sort of talk about what's going on my end, why my Minecraft stuff has kind of been on hold, and what's just been generally going on and the kind of problems I've been faced with for a while. So, for the longest time, I've been dealing with a lot of work days because of inventory. I work at a Dollar General, so inventory happens, I get a lot of work days because of that. Other than that, I end up dealing with, so I had a lot of work days for right after I made one of my Minecraft episodes. And that caused a lot of problems with trying to record because it made me extremely tired, as you imagine. Most of the week is just work. Especially physical labor, where you just sort of, oh heck, that's gotta be well actually. But a lot of that was me basically stocking shelves, getting inventory prep going, all that. But what we want to talk about is my computer, which is the biggest problem. Since my computer is starting to have a lot of problems. For example, when originally what happened was with the hard drives, and what happened was that over time, the hard drives that I have in my computer would stop being read. I can't do much about that. Sometimes it just stop reading some of the hard drives that is in my computer. It's just kind of frustrating. But another problem is related to the network card as well. Because I can't, another thing that happened after the hard drive was the network card started to fall apart. So now I can't connect wirelessly to anything with my computer. So everything has to be done through Ethernet. And keep in mind, this is a laptop. So the portability of this thing is literally gone. And because of that, it's pretty much bound to where it is. So anything I would work on outside of any projects I'll work on, their entire computer, it's stuck where it is. I can't bring it anywhere. And that's unfortunate. No, I'm not sure what caused it. I'll probably have to update to see what's going on, but another issue is the fact that, the computer is starting to now have power issues. Resource issues. It's an old computer, as you might imagine. So now the Aegis 3 started to show with the resources it has. And so when I try and play some things, because I'm in stream TV, so I'll try to play some things on my computer. Sometimes I'll have issues just doing that because my computer, well, it's old, and sometimes it's just not going to be able to run some things well, like Lethal Company, which was something I did. But it didn't really run it that well because my computer was that old and does not have much power. Anyways, you got that mixing with hard drive issues, network issues, and very little storage. And yeah, I'm kind of struggling trying to record and get much anything going. That's one of the problems. That's one of the many problems that's been preventing me from making another Minecraft Let's Play. They get propagate a hard drive, not hard drive, a thumb drive from my PlayStation to record footage onto, and then record my audio through my PC or something, and then try to edit, sync it up, see if that works out. Can I do that on my Xbox? And I know that's probably a thing on my PS5. But if that's something I have to do, I might consider it. So I'm not out of storage on PC because of recordings all the time. Not to mention the already established problems it has. So if anything, any problems like hard drive, just the hard drive stops being read, it wouldn't be that big a deal because, you know, it's on a USB drive and not on my hard drive. Anyways, what else happened here? Did the door not render? Looks like I can't render it. Weird. And when it comes down to my PC, well, when it comes down to it, another problem is I've been tired. I've been doing so much stuff. Like my computer, for example, having problems, and then work making me go through like inventory preparation, stocking, and the freezers went out again. I've been doing a lot, just in general. On top of the fact that I also had an Ohio trip, which I also do not have much any sleep. So that also accelerated how tired I am. Which is unfortunate. So I've been extremely tired. I've been busy, extremely tired, and I'm also kind of struggling financially a bit because a day before I had to go to Ohio trip, I had to get some medication from my CVS, which for whatever reason, which I had a really messed up situation that was just stressful to deal with. Which was that when I went over the pharmacy, and I went to get my medication. Well, before I did that, it was saying on the app, because they have an app for medications. And what happened was that the app was saying that there was no authorization for insurance to get the medication. Which was confusing, because that's how last for you for the medication, and every other time it was covered. Just fine, no issues. Just the last refill, you know? And when I tried to sort that out with the doctors, they're like, yeah, he did it, fine. And sent the picture proving it. Great. I could go over to the pharmacy, which I did physically. I didn't, call them. I went physically. I went to them physically, told them, hey, what's happening? And instead of going out of their way and helping, the lady there was just arguing the whole time. They were doing nothing but argue the whole time that the doctor did not go and get the authorization from insurance to cover it. And that was frustrating because they did, and they even showed me proof of it. I had proof there. I showed it to them because the doctors gave me proof, and they still didn't believe me. They still just argued the whole time, which was really frustrating, especially since this was 2 days for the Ohio trip, and the medication will be refilled the next day after.
I hope there's something shiny.
And I didn't have a lot of time to argue to sort it out. But this woman was doing nothing but argue the whole time that it wasn't covered, despite me even showing evidence that it was. So that was frustrating. So instead of arguing, I decided, fuck it. I'm gonna pay the 70 anyways. Fuck it. They aren't helping. So I ended up spending almost $81 on just medication. Because I didn't have time to argue. The woman just wanted to do nothing but argue. And I just couldn't. I just couldn't deal with it. So that sucks. But that's also just one of the many problems I'm dealing with. Another, which I'm kind of terrified about, is, blood work. Yeah, I got blood work done. For my health, of course. And that's supposed to be covered by insurance. But the app for the doctors, because the doctor and pharmacists have their own apps that I could look at on my phone. The problem with the one from the doctors now saying I owe them $200 or something. Even though it's supposed to be covered by insurance, I never was told that it was gonna cost that much at all. There was no talk about it. So that's also really fun. Totally. So I have to figure out what to do about that. It's a mess, dude. I have a lot of problems happening. Especially with pharmacies, and my doctors having issues trying to, for whatever reason, get my insurance to cover things. And I'm kind of panicking financially on whether or not I'm gonna have to pay the $200. I don't have much that money at all, and I was not expecting it at all either. It just sort of happened, and that's stressful. But yeah, basically, I've been having a lot happen, as you can tell. I have medical like insurance problems happening for medical stuff. Me having to use paid more than I should, and I'm kind of panicking internally over that. And there really isn't much help I have over it. I'm pretty much on my own with, like, all of this. Like, no help at all, which kind of sucks. It's like, I don't know. I'll have to figure out what I could do. Otherwise, I've just been busy and keep getting screwed over. And it's actually kind of unfortunate. Anyways, other than that, I have a game project happening, and I'm gonna see what I can do for the Minecraft Let's Play. Once I get the Minecraft Let's Play, I should be able to record Minecraft Let's Play sometime, maybe this week. I'm feeling pretty alright. I'm not that tired. And there's the inventory, so I should be pretty good in terms of trying to get something going. But I'll probably try and experiment and record to my PlayStation itself rather than my PC. See if I can get see how well that works. I think it'll go fine. That's gonna be fine. I'm just having insurance problems, and I'm also really busy. Which is really stressful to deal with, especially when you get an entire $200 fine without any warning or conversations about that at all. Because I was under the pressure of insurance to cover it, because they would have told me if not. But there was no conversation at all. It sucks. Because what can I do at that point? Especially as someone who doesn't make much money at all. I don't have much of a full-time job. I can't get myself into a well-paying career right now. I'm kind of in a really poor situation. And now I'm also in a tight spot in a poor situation, which is also really fun. Obviously really fun to deal with that. Okay, eat that, yeah. That sucks. It really does. Well, I'll see what I can do with the Minecraft Let's Play stuff. See if I can get that going again this week. I should have the time and energy this time. But I should also have the time and energy to get myself to work more on my game project, which is me porting a Game Boy game to Game Maker, which is all fun, all good fun. I love game design, well, game development. I think it's an amazing thing. And I'm having a lot of fun with it, especially when I learned Blender has a plugin called Anvil, which I played with. It's also really fun. I want to play with that more. Other than that, I guess that's about it. To try and get everyone updated on what's happening. Why I haven't really posted much at all. Why activity has been kind of basically non-existent. Because it really has just been me dealing with punches after punches, as well as being extremely busy. And having these, yeah, and having pretty much nothing as a backup for a lot of the financial issues I'm having. So I sort of have to deal with it head on, I guess, which sucks. Especially when I have things that pay off that this is just going to mess with me and trying to do. No, I can't. And it sucks. Hopefully things work out. Unless I get help financially. But I'm not hoping. But I'm not betting that's gonna happen right now. More so, I didn't mean to do that. Moreover, I'm gonna see what I could do. Start up my $200 fucking blood work that I thought was covered, and the $70 medicine that was supposed to be covered. That one was supposed to be covered. One of them I thought was covered, and I don't know what happened to that one. And it's just frustrating dealing with it. It really is just frustrating. But what can I do? Except sort of vent about it. Call it a day from there. You know? Let's just go. But yeah, the most I could do is just sort of vent about it and call it a day. So that way, no one's in the dark what's happening, and there's at least some kind of transparency what's going on. The fact my life sucks. The fact that my life sucks, and I've been getting screwed over, But I feel like, well, hopefully things turn around. I'm hoping things turn around. I'm not sure if they will. I think I will make another update if things didn't, and probably freak out, panic, and whatnot. I already kind of am anyways, but, you know. Like I said, but otherwise, hopefully this gives insight on what's going on my end, and why there hasn't been much at all happening for a while, actually. Actual decent, a decent amount of time. Anyways, that's gonna be all for now. See ya!